This has thrilled every industry. In a recent interview, Shannon vented his annoyance at some celebrities trying to ruin his program and diminish his popularity. Some have even gone so far as to threaten him, and once enthusiastic guests are now abruptly canceling.
I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. I understand what comes along.
Although the business has long been recognized for its toxicity, Whisper's suggestion in an interview with Cam Newton that Shannon's safety may be in jeopardy indicates that the reaction against him is especially severe. Shannon spoke about the disturbing encounters he's had since the widely disseminated Cat Williams video, explaining that his method to ensure that guests feel at ease and genuine throughout the recording. Podcasting requires guests to ask about any off-limits subjects ahead of time.
I said, is there anything that you don't want to talk about? I always ask the guests that. Sometimes they say, well, I would appreciate if we not talk about this.
Right.
Cool, no problem. Because I believe you can tell your story without saying something negative. But yes, I believe a person that's been in a business, that's been doing something 10, 15, 20, 30 years, are more than one salacious story.
Right.
That's what I believe. So if they say they want to stay away from it, but if they want to tell something, who am I to say, no, don't do, you can't tell that?
Shannon clarified that he doesn't consider himself a journalist, but rather a conversationalist.
You don't do sit downs, you see what I'm saying?
Cam, I've been trying to line Cat up for a year. I tried to line him up for a year. People don't know this, but Cat doesn't like to fly. I'm getting off the elevator. As I'm getting off the elevator, a lady's getting on.
Right.
She said, hello. I said, hey, how you doing? I'm Shannon Sharpe. She tells me her name. She's like, I've never seen you here before. I said, yeah, my attorney's here, Marvin. She said, oh, I love Marvin. I love Allison, who's his daughter. She said, oh, I said, I've never seen you here. I said, I've been coming here 3-4 years. I've never seen you. She said, oh man, I'm sorry. I'm just not meeting you. She said, today is my last day. I said, what? She said, yeah, today is my last day. I said, you got a new job? She said, I'm leaving to be Cat Williams' tour manager.
Wow.
I said, I've been trying to get Cat for a year. That was a Friday. The next Friday, Cat sitting in that chair.
Look at God.
The next Friday.
For those who do not know, Shannon moved into the media after finishing his playing career, first as a pundit for CBS Sports' NFL Today pregame show, and then as a columnist and spokesperson for Fitness Racks for Men magazine. In 2016, Shannon appeared with Skip Bist on FS1 Sports debate show. Shannon was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2011. Shannon and Skip unquestionably. His transition to podcasting was a logical next step rather than an impulsive one. In addition to his vast media background, he co-hosts Nightcap with retired athletes Chad Uso-Johnson and Gilbert Arenas. However, Club Shay's rise to prominence was largely attributed to viral interviews with celebrities such as Steve Harvey and Cat Williams. In 2021, an episode featuring Bubba Wallace was included in Apple Podcasts' list of the best of 2021. In 2020, amid the pandemic, Shannon founded Club Shay with the intention of finding a new interest after retirement. Despite his experience in the media, provide a forum where Black performers may tell their tales without fear of being judged harshly. Shannon was unprepared for the podcast's meteoric rise to fame in 2024, mostly due to Cat Williams. After a year of attempting to get an interview with Cat, Shannon was eventually successful, resulting in an episode that changed the game.
People heard about it, but when Cat came on and did what he did, now you had no choice. Advertisers, sponsors had to take Club Shay serious.
Right.
People that did, he just this, he's a dumb jock, he talked with a lisp. Well, that dumb jock that talked with a lisp has the #1 podcast on YouTube. Not sports podcast, Cam. #1.
Shannon didn't anticipate the Cat Williams episode to go viral at first. At the time, his most watched episode with Steve Harvey had 8 million views. But his producer anticipated a significant effect, and the episode, after reaching around 72 million views on YouTube, it had a significant impact on the podcast's future. Shannon was inundated with requests from guests and sponsorship opportunities, making Club Shay a popular venue for autobiographical tales. Cat Williams foresaw the profound effect his event would have, and his prediction came to pass. Nevertheless, several industry insiders were upset with the darker ramifications that the podcast's popularity also brought, attempting to undermine his show, Shannon's rising fame, and accusing him of fomenting disputes, particularly because of Cat's open comments about other comedians during his interview. Cat made other criticisms of proms in the same interview, which made it very contentious. Cat Williams said that the powerful people in the business want to discredit him as soon as he begins to tell the truth, portraying him as unstable and undermining his reputation.
At the end of the day, Kevin doesn't have to worry about what people are going to say about him wearing a dress because of the long line of dress-wearing people before him. So now we had Big Mama's house 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
I've never seen Medea in a pantsuit. I think she wears dresses. So now I'm saying, why are we picking on poor little Kevin Hart? Because it was his turn next. Some of us are against the Illuminati, and we are against the Illuminati at our own detriment. When people are against the Illuminati, then they get punched in the face all the time. The press hates them, and nobody likes them.
When Cat spoke with Shannon earlier this year, he warned that once Club Shay became a platform for Truth TV, it would come under attack. Shannon acknowledged he didn't anticipate the level of hostility he's facing, as former enthusiastic guests are now canceling. It looks like this is exactly what's happening to Shannon Sharpe right now. He's getting negative feedback about his interviewing method without any justification, and some people are even attempting to have him removed.
But Kim, I didn't know it was gonna cause this kind of ripple. I didn't think it was gonna move me in the direction. I'm glad it did. And some of the comedians had taken shots at other comedians, but nothing like this. I didn't expect the vitriol to come, especially from some of the people, and I'm not gonna say we were friends, but I'm saying we were cordial, we were friendly towards each other. Some people that I've kind of helped behind the scenes, and to see them attack, oh, I wouldn't have let him do this, I wouldn't have said that.
The fact that cat made disparaging comments about other comedians and even made fun of Shannon by comparing him to Wendy Williams with muscles is astonishing, since there have never been any reported problems between Shannon and DL Hui. This hostility appears abrupt. Sources claim that Hugh chose to discredit Shannon and Cat because he was dissatisfied with the attention they gained from the interview.
Cat told every goddamn everything. He told so much, Jada Pinkett went, why you telling so goddamn much? What am I gonna say now? At least nobody had alopecia, so. So shit getting messy as hell. Shannon Sharpe is like Wendy Williams with a weight center.
He is not alone in thinking this way. It's also said that Steve Harvey is trying to ruin Shannon's career. Harvey made an appearance on Club Shay, where he and Shannon spoke about a variety of issues. The interview was well received and went viral, mostly because it included Steve Harvey and was interesting. However, the Cat Williams episode eclipsed the Harvey interview to become the most popular podcast on YouTube. Past events particularly offended by Cat's remarks about him in the interview, which revealed the truth about R. Cat openly challenged Steve Harvey to defend his comedy crown in 2009 at a New Year's Eve show they co-headlined.
Because you didn't have to accept this. You could have just said, no, I'm not going to do it. You have been the king of comedy as long as we've had one. Matter of fact, the whole phrase, king of comedy, can be attributed to you. And I am honored that you would allow me to share the same stage as you. I don't know why people made this a championship bout. And I don't know why you was okay with that. And I want to apologize for what's going to happen.
Who is
But the second that you
Jim
get
Jones.
off stage, the second that you get off stage, I need you to understand that that's your final time as the king of comedy.
Steve, not wanting to look foolish, replied on Jamie Foxx's satellite radio program that he would avoid getting into a small-time fight and would instead take the high road. He cited his grandfather as saying that dogs don't bark at parked cars, only at moving cars. Dogs also constantly bark at the moon, but if the moon responds, the dog becomes famous.
It's just on my mind. My closing remarks are going to seem a little discombobulated, but I haven't really had time to put it together. It's just some thoughts that I've been having. I want to address what's being labeled as comedy beefs. Y'all, comedy was never designed to be this. Comedy is a great art form. It's always been for the best stand-ups to come into people's lives, homes, theaters, and provide just as hard a laughs as we possibly could. As a stand-up, has always been my only goal. This thing that's going around now about comedy beefs, it's only coming really from a few people. It's really not the overall thing. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. And those are the youngest comedic giants out there. 85 South ain't beefing with nobody. You know, them cats come from the hip-hop culture. What you're seeing, man, in these comedy beefs are people who aren't where they used to be, and all of a sudden are using this thing called comedy beefs as a way to get some light shined on them. That's not what comedy is, man. It's just not. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I'm not saying any names, but let me explain something.